on the objectives of performance appraisal. We have understood the importance, we have understood about the concept, definition of performance appraisal and objectives. Moving to my next topic, that is users of performance appraisal. Who are the users or who are the parties who can use the information provided through performance appraisal? Now, performance appraisal are the information, the suggestions, the recommendations which all are being provided through performance appraisal are much of use for the employer itself, for the organization itself. But in organization also we are having various parties, we are having various peoples, we are having various officials who are using or who can use the information provided through performance appraisal for the betterment of the department, betterment of their individual department, or betterment of what you are means whenever you want to go for any kind of training and development process, then performance appraisal is the best technique that is providing you a platform and giving you information that whether training and developments are required, you should go for training sessions, whether you should go for training programs or not. Because if performance appraisal is not being done in an organization, then finding out the need for performance appraisal, finding out the requirement for training, finding out the requirement for motivational sessions is very tough. It will be not an easy task. And what you have to do is you have to use this complete information provided through performance appraisal for performing these functions, for performing these things, because making use of the information provided through performance appraisal is really very, very beneficial for an organization. How an organization will be coming to decide that whether it's the time for a training session, whether it's time for training programs. How? So, performance appraisal is the only way, a method, a technique which will be giving you the information regarding yes, it's the right time when your employees need training sessions, when your task force is getting demotivated. Have some motivational sessions. Come up with enthusiasm and zeal. Why they are showing a low energy? What is the reason behind? So all these questions are answered through performance appraisal only. Because during the whole process of performance appraisal, the appraiser comes to know about various informations and various questions which were being unanswered earlier. So point 1 says performance appraisal provides valuable information for personnel decisions such as increase in pay, salary increment, promotion, training, and even termination. Because one warning, two warning, but still if the employee is not performing as per the requirement up to mark, then the only thing left is termination. We are helpless. We have to terminate. Now no one can save. So these are very important decisions related to a life of an employee, and we have to take such decisions sometimes. Point 2 says it helps to judge the effectiveness of recruitment, selection, placement, and orientation system of organization. Yes, how effective your recruitment process is, how effective your selection process is, how effectively your HR manager is working on placing right person at right place, and how informative your orientation sessions were. All these questions are answered. All these questions are answered at one time through performance appraisal. Because performance appraisal shows you a comprehensive picture, a complete picture of your employees, their working, their motivation, their needs and requirements. And if still you are not, awaking, still you are not, getting signals, if any kind of alarming situation is there, then you are at fault, not the employees. Because performance appraisal has given you the complete information which is required. So now it's your turn to take action. Now it's your turn to do something. If you want that whatever negative is going on in the organization should be eliminated, should be removed. So get up. Next point, it helps to improve performance through appropriate feedback. Yes, it helps. Performance can be improved through appropriate feedback given by performance appraisal. Because it's not compulsory that every employee will be having the same problem regarding his job or task. It depends upon person to person, it depends upon employee to employee that which skills you are lacking, whether you are having lack of motivation, whether you are having lack of knowledge about any particular technology, technique. And performance appraisal tell us all about all the employees, and that can be improved, and which ultimately leads to improvement in performance. Yes, performance appraisal should not be taken as a negative process. It is a process which is telling your weakness, but at the same time it is giving an opportunity to improve it, to improve your performance. Because if your weaknesses are not identified, then how your weaknesses will be converted into your strength, right? Moving to the next point, it facilitates human resource planning and career planning. Human resource planning. Human resource planning for an organization, a very important task. Yes, because if planning is wrong, everything went wrong. I think you all must be aware with this phrase. Being management student, you must be knowing that if planning is wrong, everything went wrong. How many efforts you want, you can apply, but if your planning phase is not good, it is not appropriate, strong, efficient, then your results, your conclusion, your total working will also fail. So performance appraisal also help us in facilitating about the need of human resource, about the forecast of human resource, and various aspects of human resource planning, and also career planning. That how our employee our workforce should go for its career, it is also being made clarified through performance appraisal. Next point says it promotes competitive spirit to improve performance. Yes, performance appraisal brings a feel of competition among the employees, because as they come to know about their performance, they come to know about their rating, they come to know about their grading, their salary increment, their promotions. It brings a spirit of competition among them, because everyone wants to promote, everyone wants to promote it, everyone wants increment in his or her salary. So performance appraisal is a technique which tells about that why you are not being promoted, why there is no increment in your salary, and to get that increment, to get that promotion in coming years, the employee improve its performance. Last point, systematic appraisal of performance helps to develop confidence among employees. Confidence, level of encouragement, that is also increased, that is also developed if appraisal is done systematically. Because if any kind of we can say problem is within the performance appraisal process, or it is not being done systematically, then the things can be a little bit different. Different, I mean they can move towards negative aspect rather than positive aspect. But we don't want that. What we have to do is we have to make our performance appraisal process so systematic, so unbiased, that it should lead to positive results for the organization. So this was all about uses of performance appraisal, that how performance appraisal is useful for an organization. And I hope it's all being clear to you. Moving to the next topic, that is need for performance appraisal. Why an organization should devote its time, why an organization should pay extra if he hire or outsource officials from outside the organization, or some external agencies come to for performance appraisal. So the need for performance appraisal basically arised, due to some core basic reasons, and I have tried to quote them. I have tried to make them as much clear as it was possible for me, because performance appraisal for HR student is very important. You will be making your career in the coming future in performance management. So if your basics, your concepts are not clear, then it can be a little bit difficult for you. So when we talk about need for performance appraisal, the first point says to provide information about the performance ranks on which decisions regarding salary, confirmation, promotion, transfer and demotion are taken. The first need for performance appraisal is that if you want to make any kind of salary increment, you want to shift employees from promotion period to confirmation, you want to promote employees, you want to transfer employees, and sometimes you want to demote employees, then all the decisions are based on performance appraisal. What their performance says, how their performance speaks. This is the first point which makes clear the need of performance appraisal. Because if performance appraisal is not being done, then the following tasks will also we will be not able to perform the following tasks. Point 2, to provide feedback information about the level of achievement and behavior of subordinates. how and what we have achieved, up to what level we have achieved our goals, up to what percentage we have achieved our objectives. This is also very important, and which is being studied only and only through performance appraisal. And with this, we also come to know about the behavior of the subordinates with their superiors, because performance appraisal also tells us about the relationship between superior and subordinate. If you want that to study the relations between the two, then performance appraisal will be a very good tool or instrument. And this relationship tells us about the behavior of subordinates towards their superiors. Point 3, to provide information which helps to counsel the subordinate. Yes. If you found that any kind of counseling is required by the subordinates, then such information is also provided through performance appraisal. Performance appraisal tells us about that where our employees are lacking and what they need from us, what they require from us, so that we can provide some motivational sessions to them. Point 4, to provide information to diagnose deficiency in employee regarding skill, knowledge, need of training and development, and prescribe the means for employees' growth. Yes, very important point. Because here performance appraisal is diagnosing various issues which are related to deficiency in employees regarding skill, that why employees are lacking skills, knowledge, is there any need for training and development, and prescribe the means for employees' growth. How employee can grow and develop, and how we can improve their performance. Please prescribe or tell us about proper means, tools, instrument. And the last point says to prevent grievance and indisciplinary activities, the most important point. Because if any kind of grievance exists in the minds of the employee, then it can lead to any kind of indisciplinary activity in the premises by the employee. And we should not go for that, because we don't want that. What we want that the things are going in a proper manner, the things are going in a systematic manner. We don't want any kind of conflict or dispute, and that arises due to grievance. If any kind of grievance is there, then surely your employee will be going for some indisciplinary act. Again, performance appraisal tells us about that. If any kind of grievance is found, gives proper information about that. So these were the 5 points telling about the need for performance appraisal. Moving to the next topic. Essentials of an effective performance appraisal system. Every process, every technique, when adopted, have some essentials, have some main characteristics or major characteristics which are to be looked or given proper attention while it's being applied or implemented. In the same manner, when you are going for performance appraisal in your organization, then the following points should be given prior weightage. The following points should be given proper attention, because that will make your performance appraisal system more effective. So, point 1 is mutual trust. Mutual trust among the employees, among employer and employee must be there if you want an effective performance appraisal system. Clear objectives. Objectives must be clear to both employer and employee, because until unless you are knowing about your objectives, that why you are doing this job, then you will be not able to give your best. So if you want to give your optimum, your maximum, then you must be very much clear with the objectives and goals. Point 3, standardization. A standard should be adopted, a criteria should be adopted for form, procedure and techniques. A standard criteria. Until unless you are having decided parameters, then it would be very difficult to have standards. Point 4 says training to evaluator. Whether internal or external, any kind of person is involved in performance evaluation, proper training should be given to him. Proper training. He must have full knowledge about performance appraisal, rather he must be an expertise of this field. He must be an expertise of this field. Because if a layman or any official with less knowledge, no training regarding performance appraisal, then your performance appraisal process will be totally failed. Next, focus on job related behavior and performance. Performance appraisal is not related to your personal life. It is not related that what you are doing after going from the organization. It is basically related with your job related behavior and how you perform. Your performance and your behavior within the organization. Till the time you are in the organization, how you are behaving and how you are performing, this is the main focus of performance evaluation. We don't have to do anything with your personal life. We don't have to do anything where you are going and what you are doing after your working hours. So this should only be focused. Documentation. Proper paperwork should be done. Proper documents should be maintained. Feedback and participation. Feedback. Due feedback should be collected, and in which maximum people who are related should be asked to participate. Diagnose the individual difference. If any kind of differences occur, if you find any kind of individual discrimination, then that should be diagnosed, and proper method should be given how to resolve the same. Post appraisal interviews. Once you have been completed with the appraisal process, then post appraisal interviews should be conducted, so that we can come to know that if there was any lacuna, if there was any problem with the appraisal process. Review and appeal. A review must be done. A complete review must be done of the whole performance appraisal process, because until unless you are doing that review, it may happen that something may left untouched. So these are the following points. I am just going through them quickly. Mutual trust, clear objectives, standardization, criteria, form, procedure, techniques, training to evaluator, focus on job related behavior and performance, documentation, feedback and participation, diagnose the individual difference, post appraisal interview, review and appeal. So these are the main essentials of an effective